This is a prequel to a love life, the prequel to my friends, the start of something different after something else would end. This is a brand new story, or maybe one that's super old. Well, either way, I suppose that it's one I never told. Like before the cheeky romantic with plans of an exodus and the head in the clouds kid with a goal to amass fans was a quiet child, one that tried to hide his smiles, dreaming life was half as wild as his life was twice as mild. A kid who fell in love with storybooks and literature, worlds that weren't his own, and in his head then he would picture her, amused to songs he didn't write, and he often thought he had no type, but deep within his sleep and in the night there was a girl of light, the right one for him, artisan crafted. He didn't tell anyone, he was afraid of being laughed at. Scribbling doodles, he wasn't an artist but he had a vision. Once it had started, a man on a mission, he made it his target to find what he's missing, and he found out what he missed one day. Thought she'd be his miss one day. He only dreamed that they'd kiss one day, and it fell apart in one day. He was broken, conflicted, torn open and ripped. It had shattered his walls and emotions were endless. He searched for his purpose, his thought process simple. Could it be his attitude, hair, height, or pimples? Was there something wrong? Maybe he wasn't an equal. Maybe there was deceit. No, wait, she wasn't evil. Maybe he didn't mean as much or said something he didn't mean to. But we'll stop right there because this is just the prequel. Dreamy eyes are the focus of third period. The only time I break away is when the class gets serious, and when it simmers down, I'm back to writing about our exploits. Your face, my inspiration. It's saying that I have no choice but to pin down my feelings, hopes, dreams, and appealings. Whatever I think I'd say to you if there wasn't a distancer. Maybe I'd just pass a pen and say I need an aspirin and fake a headache just to escape the class with the massive grin. You don't understand, we're dating. You just don't know yet. I've planned dates and excursions just to make sure you have no stress. I've wrote poems that detail your beauty more than you can fathom, and attuned to speed the day up even when it's at its slowest. I've prepared myself to die for you, and you don't even know my name. If it's all the same, I think I deserve to have my gaze, and some may call it creepy, others wish that they were the target, but I only want you, and I think that makes me the smartest. I know your best color, what season your favorite flowers bloom, and I treat you like a princess if I got around to asking you to be mine, but I can't find the time. Early bird gets the worm, but I'm afraid of the feline, or maybe I fear reject. I just don't know yet. I fear regret of the sediment settling me to hold less. I thought you should know this, so I'll put it in a note then, one you'll never see, but to me it's like I showed it to you. Myself with flowers on the street that you live, and I find myself asking if you'd like to walk, and I find myself with smiles cause the things that we did, and I was glad that we could knock the ball right out of the park. You Babe Ruthed it, you close your eyes with every single toothy grin. I can see my world right where you're standing if you'd let me in. I know I'm no prince, but you're a queen, you're a 10, and you're new here, yes I know, but tell me where, oh where could you have been? I wanna know your favorite color. When's your birthday? What's your astral sign? And if you're here, I could sit and watch the clouds to pass the time. Let me thank you for this chance to impress the empress of my social life. And I know it comes in steps, but I can't wait to hold you tight. Tell me about your fears, thoughts of peers, and my apparel. And if it isn't too apparent, tell me if you're feeling me too. Cause I see magic in the reflection of your eyes. And I notice that it's there when you're peeping the dude. Cause like, honestly, I just want your honesty. If you're not ready for these steps, well, it doesn't bother me. If you'd like me better as a friend, then I'll acknowledge it and watch the most beautiful of women bloom and start again. I find myself with flowers on the street that you live, and I find myself asking you if you'd like to walk, and I find myself with smiles cause the things that we did, and I was glad that we could knock the ball right out of the park, yeah. Curiosity killed me. Asking questions should have fooled the cat. What's your number? What's your name? Where the hell do you be at? We should just be past this. Thought I said the last time. You ain't got a reason to be up and out at midnight. You melt in the rain. Whether our wits are made of sugar, surely you would know that you're one hell of a looker. And every time you look around, it seems like one for the books, with the face that makes me sing all of these hooks. Like, it must be something in the water you drink. I bet your mother is a M.I.L.F or something else. So, and I know when I use my eyes to peep these beautiful things, I can't ever put this story on the shelf. Oh, oh, oh.
It must be something in the water I drink. They call my mother a M.I.L.F or something else.
Cause you got me thinking this art, thinking lovey-dovey stuff ain't this hard. I'm hoping that you miss me, or at least my kissed heart. You're just the one, and I couldn't ever wanna restart. We could play forever, just keep shuffling up these cards. I'm an eyesore and an ear sore, and yet you still deal with me. If that's not love, then tell me what the hell's the equivalent. I'm hoping that you still stay with me and end up my boo. And if you truly think you love me, well then I love you too. It must be something in the water you'll drink. I bet your mother is a M.I.L.F or something else. And I know when I use my eyes to peep these beautiful things, I can't ever put this story on the shelf. Fall into your voice, I'm in a world of my own. Every syllable a lullaby that makes me feel home. And I can pick apart the meaning in every difference of tone. It's like the Midas touched vocal cords of Mona Lisa. And you're so hot that you can heat up while you're in the freezer. The temperature changes when you walk in the room. And I admit my poetry is shallow compared to the way that you move. I just use my words and hope I don't lose. It's a competition, me versus the opposition. Opted to check my objects, then choosing to go out and get an iron in my blood. As much as love up in the words I'm spitting, iron out the kinks to perfect the songs about you that I'm giving out to the world. And I'll sing it proud, like I'm singing in the rain, or I'm a wild child. Life ain't a musical, but it's a sweet soundtrack with you. And the color scheme just lightens up every time that I kiss you. Yeah, and it's a different kind of bliss, something undescribable by words I pen, and it's only seen by spending time with you. From every sentence that leaves your lips and a leap into the abyss, it's something different, and I listen, it's what I like to do. And to say it's a sour truth that I would face a pout and boo if I would ever sound aloof when asked about the drowning truth. The words you use to deliver what you mean to me and others, I would hide behind recordings of my love for you as cover. It's something beautiful to hear you talk about anything, so I hope you're content with just staying to speak with me. you on a carpet ride for all tonight. And if it becomes a problem, I can drop you off right back at 9. I can't believe you're cute and somehow you're so funny too. When I'm thinking about loving you, there's no opposing thing to do. Can you feel the love in the air tonight? No copyright. You could be my Jasmine and we could see the stars alight. I was never picky, but now I gotta type and I'm catching feelings like air to a flying kite. And despite a lack of trying, I'm surprised you seem to follow me too. I try hard to be calm and act cool. You act like our friendship was past due, and I'm hoping to pass that like track 2. You're a princess in a palace, and through the looking glass I could see we're moving fast. But even so, I couldn't see myself to pass you. Like, I know that I'd be walking that tightrope. The way I'm trying to flow to you, I'm scared that I might choke. The right note could change your tune or be off key, and sorry me, I could be dashing all my hopes. You could be someone I hardly see. We could even last the summer, go on dates to pass the time. And if you were my love, I could even think that I mastered life. So hit me up if you wanna go on a magic carpet ride. Hey. It seems our days are getting repetitive like a lo-fi loop. The magic tries to drift away, it gets colder as I'm holding you. And I stay because I love you, but do I like you? There's a maybe, but don't stress, there's no one else that I would rather call baby. And yet I see you trying to distance yourself for something different. You say your reason is because of reminiscence. I'm steaming, but I look the other way, because maybe one of these days all the gray will change to blue. We just need a different hue, a different view. I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for you. You wouldn't be where you are if it weren't for me. And I got no right to be cocky, but I'm if you wanna change the scene. And yet I wouldn't blame you, all our kisses tasting bittersweet. Baby girl, you're the one for me. You're the lady from my dreams, but you want a different king. Oh, and baby girl, you're the only one, I promise. But I think I need a locksmith to break these walls that you've been stacking up on. Sipping and typing these keys, man, I'm hoping these texts will go through. I went through 7 apps, 3 of your friends and a bird just to message you. And I'm thinking you're dodging me. Was it because of the jokes about misogyny? If so, hope you know I'm super sorry, and I'm super stoked if you bother me. I've been down in the dumps, thinking my flirting was working, but now I found out it's a slump. Who would've thought? I knew I was smart till I found out it was out of the stupidest flock. I'm assuming for nouns, I'm rebuilding this wall with the people. I'm hoping that you might just knock, and if not, well, it figures. Should've known you had your fingers in ties where the new kid would stop shooting this shot. You was the pick of the bunch of the sweetest berries I recall, so I was making theories who else would give you their all. And I got flaked at the mall and got left at the park. You took your early depart, got up and left right at the blue. I offered to walk you back home for a start. You caught up a ride and it was a dude. I know that you say that you love me, but I'm thinking that isn't true. My only goal is for you to be happy. If it makes you happy, I'll move. Nah, this ain't no Disney love life. No, I'm not Prince Charming. I'm armed with my wit and a pen. So if my words hit the dot, well then screw on my shots, baby girl. I think this is the end. I don't need an explanation, I just wanna know if you're mine. If not, well it's fine. No, really, it's fine. I guess I just wasted my time. I only could watch while the train derailed, cause you made it fail. And the ship they said would never sailed, cause it sunk. And it's your fault. And tell me why I loved you for so long. And you're just one of the suns in the solar system that I found out like a use for warmth. I'm surprised that I moved on, but now that it's over, I'm not torn. You were the shackles, lock and key, keeping a free bird from being free. You were a helpful guide in a crappy life, and now there's more fish in the sea for me. You were addictive, my nicotine, eye to eye, we could never see. I was never one for polygamy, and it was clear you couldn't stick to me. Iodine diet made me salty just for fun, and throughout explanations of my expectations, you could never learn to love. You're infatuated, it's truth. Learning it, a laceration, and I loved you, but I have to say it. You a B-I-T-C, actually, well, you got me claiming statements I would never say, and I'm replaying Drake to never hesitate to say I hate you is an understatement, and to say I love you is a lie, it's all to say like I'm free. You were the roast of the beast of the beauty, the curse was a lie, and the prince being me. You were the start of Mufasa, not my brother, but lion and king, and Prequel, and I'm leaving the moon to the stars. This is a new start, talking about us. This is the end. The dagger you use, leaving wounds to mend. This is a new cool bit, and if you want, we'll just be friends. Yeah, we'll just be friends. Promise. And tell me why I loved you for so long. You're not that special. Oh, but we can just be friends from now on. I know we won't be something special.